Great, so that brings us to the end of our session today. We've covered a lot of different things. We've obviously now got a bit of a better understanding of what stress is, what the signs and symptoms of stress are, what it means, how it can affect us, in what situations we can use it constructively, in what situations it can be counterproductive, the things that we are likely to turn to, the family fortunes classic substances that we're likely to medicate stress with, and how obviously that they are flawed. And also just some simple things that you can do when you recognise that you're stressed. And we also talked about the sprinter and the marathon runner, and how it's important to find your sustainable pace so you're able to get through the marathon of your life. And then the simple breathing exercise, the baby breath, to actually get you to breathe in the way that nature intended for you to breathe, and just some simple sort of stretching and self-massage techniques to really help to relax you. So based on everything that we've covered today, what do you need to ask me to further aid your understanding of all the things that we've discussed so far this afternoon?
I think it would be interesting to think a bit about what, instead of turning to stimulants, instead of turning to coffee, sweets, what kinds of things could we turn to if you need a break, or if you're craving something? What is it that...
It's a really good question. Thanks for asking that, Imogen. One of the most effective things that you can turn to is water. Because when you're in a state of stress, the chances are that you'll be a little bit dehydrated, and water helps to flush out any toxins in the body, and will also be a great excuse for you to get up and get away from your desk. So rather than going outside and having a cigarette or a cup of coffee, water will give you the opportunity to remove yourself from the situation for a few moments, yet also will give your body something that it can actually use in its fight to actually sort of rebalance itself.
Okay. Yeah. And when is the best time to do these exercises? And you'll probably say all the time, but I think if people manage to do it once a day, or remember to do it once a day, if I were to do that, when should I really?
These exercises were designed so you can do them whenever you are, wherever you are, for as long as you have. So if you have 10, 20, 30 seconds to spare and you're able to stop and breathe or stretch, you'll get the benefit. If you've got 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to spare, again, you're going to get even more benefit. So it's little and often is the key. If you have to find an extra hour in your routine every day, chances are that you'll probably keep it up for a couple of days and then you won't find time for it anymore. But if you have to find 10 or 15 seconds, maybe you're on hold as you're trying to get through to someone, or you're in a queue or stuck in a traffic jam, or you're waiting for a bus or a train, you will always find time. Even if you're in the toilet or in the shower, you will always have a few minutes here or there where you could focus on your breathing, or you could do a couple of stretches, or you could just refocus your mind. So the key is to little and often, and you can do this whilst you're doing something else as well. So you'll always be able to find time if you're focused and looking for it. Okay. So what is it that you can take away from this session that you'll be able to apply to your life and be able to utilise from today onwards?
Certainly the breathing techniques. The breathing techniques were great, and actually was really surprised to feel that effect that had. I thought I was pretty relaxed beforehand, but I certainly felt a lot more relaxed afterwards. I felt like I was holding myself differently, and I felt more positive and more relaxed and just better. And it didn't take long at all to do. The stretches are really good as well, and then again they didn't take very long. They're all things that I can build into my routine, to my day. So fantastic.
Wonderful. And what did you enjoy most about this afternoon?
The Family Fortunes game was fun. Really, the relaxation, the breathing techniques, and I suppose really interesting to hear your analogies of stress, and just makes perfect sense really. no complicated language. There doesn't need to be any complicated language. It just makes sense that that's what we do, and you know, that's how so many people handle it, and they don't handle it in the right way. So that was really, really eye-opening.
Wonderful. Excellent. Well, the last most important exercise for today, just like sit up in your chair. So is to hold your hand up like this, give yourself a pat on the back, because you invested 2 hours in yourself. It might seem silly, but you know, we're all really busy, and sometimes finding, you know, even like a few minutes to invest in ourselves is difficult. The fact that you invested 2 hours in yourself will hopefully mean that you should get a very fantastic return on that investment of time. So give yourself a pat on the back for that. Thank you.